Hello and welcome to my dollhouse. I'm Osakachan.doll, and I'm absolutely delighted to have you join me here today. Your presence means the world to me, and I'm genuinely thrilled to share this journey with you. Before we dive into today's video, I'd like to take a moment to ask for your support. If you enjoy the content I create, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Your engagement is invaluable. It helps me continue producing high-quality content and sharing my passion with all of you. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell. By doing so, you'll never miss an update, and will always be the first to know when fresh content is uploaded. And for those who love stylish, fun, and unique merchandise, I've got you covered. Be sure to check out Osaka Doll Merch, your go-to spot for exclusive gear and playful accessories. You'll find the link conveniently located in the description below. Thank you so much for your time, your support, and for being part of this wonderful community. Without further ado, let's get started. Today I will be telling you a short story that I made up that I call the Wraith Gulch. With that being said, let us begin. In 1865, the town of Perdition Creek stood at the edge of the Colorado Desert, a quiet frontier settlement eking out an existence in the harsh wilderness. Beyond the town lay a place known only in hushed whispers, the Wraith Gulch, a desolate canyon where shadows seemed to linger too long, and the wind carried the faint cries of things unseen. Locals warned travelers to steer clear of the gulch, but the gold rush brought desperation. Greedy miners braved the cursed ground, chasing legends of a hidden vein of gold. None ever returned. The stories varied. Some spoke of bandits who had turned to devil worship, others of a creature born of vengeance and blood. The only certainty was that Wraith Gulch swallowed all who entered. Chapter 1: The Stranger. The saloon fell silent as the door creaked open. A lone figure stepped inside, his boots heavy with the dust of the trail. His wide-brimmed hat shaded his eyes, but his sharp gaze scanned the room like a predator. "Name's Ezekiel Kane," he said, his voice low and gravelly. "I'm huntin' a man, Malachi Black. He's wanted in 3 territories for robbery and murder." The bartender, a wiry man with sunken eyes, hesitated. "If he's gone into the gulch, mister, you best let him stay there. Ain't no man come out of that place alive." Kane slammed a coin on the counter. "I ain't just any man," an older woman in the corner muttered. "The gulch ain't for men, it's for things." Kane's lips curled into a smirk. "Things bleed just like men." The mayor, a stout man with a silver watch chain, approached. "We've heard the same rumors, Kane. But if you can bring Black back, or what's left of him, we'll pay you handsomely. Just don't expect any help." Kane tipped his hat. "I don't need help. Just point me in the right direction." Chapter 2: Into the Gulch. As the sun rose, Kane rode toward the canyon, its jagged walls glowing like old bones in the dawn light. The path was strewn with debris, shattered wagons, broken tools, and an ominous trail of dried blood leading deeper into the shadows. He dismounted at the canyon's edge. His horse snorted nervously, pawing at the ground. Kane patted its neck. "Stay here, boy, I'll be back." He paused, glancing back at the town, now a distant blur. The air felt heavier, thicker, as if the canyon itself breathed. A low whisper brushed his ear. "Turn back." Kane froze, his hand instinctively going to his revolver. But there was no one there, just the wind. He muttered under his breath, "Get a grip, Ezekiel." The whispers grew louder as he ventured deeper. They weren't just random sounds, they formed words. "Ezekiel Kane, you shouldn't have come." Chapter 3: The Camp of the Dead. Kane's first discovery was chilling. A mule hung from a gnarled tree, its entrails dripping onto the rocks below. A bloody symbol, a crude pentagram, was smeared on the bark. "Damn fools," Kane muttered, shaking his head. "Messin' with things they don't understand." Further on, he found the remnants of a camp. The fire still smoldered, its smoke curling into the air like ghostly fingers. Gold nuggets lay scattered around, but the men who had mined them were sprawled across the ground. Their bodies were twisted, their faces locked in expressions of unimaginable terror. "Hell," Cain whispered, crouching by one of the bodies. "What did this?" As he inspected the corpses, a low growl rumbled behind him. He spun around, his revolver drawn. A shadow moved just beyond the firelight. A pair of glowing red eyes stared back at him. "Show yourself," Cain barked. The creature stepped forward, a grotesque amalgamation of man and beast, its limbs too long, its skin stretched taut over jagged bones. Its mouth opened unnaturally wide, revealing rows of serrated teeth. Cain fired. The bullet struck the creature's chest, but it barely flinched. Instead it grinned, its voice a guttural rasp. "You cannot kill what is already dead, Ezekiel Cain." "How do you know my name?" Cain demanded, backing away. The creature laughed, a sound that echoed through the canyon like breaking glass. "We know all who trespass here, and we know your sins." Cain reloaded, his hands steady despite the fear gnawing at his gut. "If you know me, then you know I don't scare easy." The creature lunged. Cain fired again, but the shadows around him came alive, dragging him to the ground. Chapter 4, The Cave and the Bargain. Cain awoke in darkness, the sound of dripping water echoing around him. His head throbbed, and his arms were bound by thick rope-like tendrils of shadow. "You are persistent," a voice said, smooth and cold. Cain looked up. A figure sat in the center of the cave, cloaked in black. Its face was hidden, but its skeletal hands held an ancient leather-bound book. "Who the hell are you?" Cain growled. The figure chuckled. "Some call me the Keeper, others call me worse. But you, Ezekiel Cain, may call me your only chance." Cain struggled against his bonds. "What do you want?" The Keeper leaned forward, its hollow voice reverberating. "Your soul, Ezekiel. For power, for vengeance. The Gulch feeds on suffering, and it thrives on deals." Cain spat. "I don't make deals with devils." "Then you will die here, alone, and Malachi Black will remain free to spread his misery." Cain hesitated. His mind raced. What kind of deal? The Keeper opened the book, its pages glowing with unearthly light. "Speak the words, and you will have the power to destroy the curse of the Gulch. But know this once spoken, your life will never be your own." Cain glared at the figure, his voice steady. "If it means putting that creature down, I'll do it." Chapter 5, The Showdown. Back at the campsite, the creature waited, its grotesque form illuminated by the moonlight. Cain held the book tightly, the words burning in his mind. "Come closer," the creature hissed, its voice dripping with malice. "Let me taste your fear." Cain smirked. "I brought something better than fear." He began to chant. The shadows writhed, the ground trembling as the words escaped his lips. The creature shrieked, its body convulsing as flames erupted around it. "You cannot escape the Gulch," it howled. "You cannot escape us." As the creature burned, Cain felt a searing pain in his chest. He dropped the book, clutching at his skin as glowing symbols carved themselves into his flesh. The whispers turned to screams, and his vision blurred. Chapter 6, Perdition Reclaimed. When dawn broke, the townsfolk ventured cautiously into the canyon. They found no sign of Ezekiel Cain or the creature, only ashes, scattered gold, and the faint scent of sulfur. Whispers rippled through Perdition Creek, rumors of Cain's heroic demise in the face of something unholy. The mayor declared the Gulch closed off, warning that the curse had been destroyed but its scars remained. Yet, the townsfolk noticed something strange. The wind had changed direction, carrying with it whispers that never quite faded. Chapter 7, The Deal's True Price. Far beyond the canyon, Ezekiel Cain sat atop his horse, staring into the endless desert. His eyes, once sharp and resolute, now glowed a faint, malevolent red. His chest burned with the symbols etched into his skin, and his mind buzzed with countless voices, mocking, screaming, and pleading. He had escaped Wraith's Gulch, but not alone. "You did well, Ezekiel Cain," said a voice from behind him. He turned to see the Keeper, its black cloak billowing despite the still air. The book rested in its skeletal hands, open to a blank page. "I killed your monster. Now how do I find Malachi Black?" Cain growled, his voice deeper than before. "I kept my end of the bargain." The keeper tilted its head, a smile audible in its voice. "Indeed you did, but every deal has its fine print. You see, Wraith's Gulch was never the curse. The Gulch was merely a doorway, and you, Ezekiel Kane, are the key." As for Malachi Black, he and the monster were one and the same, but he did not keep his end of the deal. Kane's hands trembled as he gripped the reins. "What are you saying?" The keeper stepped closer, its hollow voice reverberating in Kane's skull. "The darkness you faced was but a fragment of what lies beyond. You've unleashed something far worse, Kane, and now you will be its harbinger." "No," Kane hissed. "I'll fight it. I'll destroy you." The keeper laughed, a sound that made the ground quake. "Foolish mortal, look around you." Kane glanced down and recoiled in horror. The shadows cast by his horse and body were moving, stretching and twisting like tendrils of ink. They slithered outward, spreading across the desert like spilled oil, devouring the light. "Wherever you go," the keeper continued, "the darkness will follow. It will consume the towns, the rivers, the mountains, until all the world is swallowed by the void. And you, Ezekiel Kane, will be its herald." Kane screamed, drawing his revolver and firing into the keeper's chest, but the bullets passed through harmlessly, striking the sand. The keeper's laughter echoed as it began to fade, its voice lingering on the wind. "Ride, Kane, spread the word of Wraith's Gulch, spread the darkness." Chapter 8, The Dark Revelation. Weeks later, Perdition Creek fell silent. The wind that carried whispers from the gulch now brought something worse, a black mist that crept into homes, snuffing out fires and chilling the air. Travelers reported seeing a shadowy rider in the distance, his horse leaving no tracks in the sand. One by one, neighboring towns began to disappear, their residents found lifeless, their faces frozen in terror. Gold nuggets appeared in abandoned homes, bait for the next wave of greed-stricken fools. And Ezekiel Kane, he rode tirelessly, unable to stop, his every step tailed by the creeping void. He became a legend, a warning whispered in fearful tones, but deep inside, he felt the darkness growing stronger, gnawing at his soul. Every night, as the whispers grew louder, he heard the keeper's parting words. "You cannot outrun the void, Kane, you are the void." And as the last shred of Ezekiel Kane's humanity faded, the world began to unravel, one shadow at a time. The end.
In 1865, at the edge of the sand, Perdition Creek stood, where the brave made their stand, where the winds run cold. They whispered of a canyon and its cursed gold, where shadows move and no man comes back. The Wraith's Gulch waits on a deadly track. Oh, ride on Ezekiel Kane into the gulch where shadows reign. Ride on Ezekiel Kane through the canyon's breath, where the whispers call and the air smells of death. Ride on through the dark where the brave won't go, for the gulch knows your name and it won't let you go. Kane rode through the rocks, past the bones and dust, his pistol ready, his heart full of rust. The whispers warned you'll meet your fate, but the hunter rode on through the gulch's gate. In the dark of the cave, the keeper appeared with a deal for Kane and a price to be feared. Take this power, but know the cost. Your soul is mine. shadows of death. Ride on through the dark, where the brave won't go. For the Gulch owns your soul, and it won't let you go. Now Cain rides the shadows, cursed to roam, a herald of doom with no way home. The Wraith Gulch follows, its whispers grow. Ezekiel K, forever alone.
Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. I truly hope you found the content both engaging and insightful. Your support means the world to me, and if you enjoyed what you saw, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could show your support by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Your encouragement and feedback inspire me to continue to creating meaningful and valuable content tailored just for you. To stay updated on all my latest uploads, be sure to click the notification bell so you'll never miss out on fresh content. Your engagement and involvement are the driving force behind everything I do here, and I'm deeply grateful for every bit of it. Once again, I'm Osakachan.doll, and I'm already looking forward to connecting with you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your unwavering support, and I'll see you again very soon.